Girl series. What do you think?
Great pleasure to introduce you to the Director of Pro Gaming, Poland's very own Michał Blichard. It's an emotional moment for me because it's been a dream of mine to bring the Intellect Stream Masters here. We are all here in this room right now because we all know that at any given moment something special can happen, something unforgettable, something epic, a moment that all of you will take home with you.
If she destroys this on film, 10,000 nerds will cry out in agony. It's a limited edition toy from BlizzCon.
Yes, you broke it. Look, kim jest Tyler bez miecza?
This is my first true love. It's a game. Unreal Tournament. And by the way, I haven't played this game in quite some time, so I'm horrible at it right now. But I used to be good.
When he plays, and it's a really tense match, whenever he jumps in game, he tends to do this. He's gonna hate me so much for doing, but this is what he does.
I started playing it in 1999.
And I organized tournaments so I could compete myself because nobody was doing it at the time. We used to come into internet cafes like hustlers, go into a pool hall and come in with as much swagger as possible to scare the opponent. But that wasn't pro gaming. I mean, the first place prize was $50 and I would actually have to win that $50 not to starve for a week. Most of us wouldn't break even, but we played for the thrill of it, for the love of it. And gradually kind of, esports grew.
People watch other people play video games. Yes, you heard me right.
Who would want to watch teenagers just clicking away, playing their video games all night?
Sitting watching other people playing computer games all day, really?
It's hard for me to bring anybody just from the street, sit that person on my couch and tell them to be enjoying this, but take them to a stadium and they will love the experience. I think you don't need to use words then to translate what this phenomenon of esports is.
Imagine what they'd do today if golf became a sport, right? We'd never heard of it before, and someone from Scotland said, we're going to knock a ball 500 yards into a hole, and we're going to put a tiny flag in it so you could just about see it and give you some hope. And that's, they go to ESPN and they say, do you want to cover it? And they'd be like, you must be mad.
When there were no video games, kids played soccer, they played football, and they'd have these dreams, if I could do this for a living. But now almost every kid plays video games. For the first time, there's professional athletes doing that. And that dream's powerful.
You can look at the prize-winning pools for all the players. They're all up in the higher echelons of getting close to 500,000 now. It's moved from this little kids in a basement to everybody celebrating what has become an awesome sport.
Intel Extreme Masters is a tournament circuit which is the oldest of them all. The ones that were started before it, they've died off because their business model hasn't been realistic.
We're into season 9 and it started off in the old bedroom cast style LANs, giant CRT monitors with people tucked behind them.
I am Marcus DJ Wheat Graham, head broadcaster for the Global Gaming League and member of Inside the Game.
Right, so the first question for you, how did you get into shoutcasting? Just tell us the full story.
Do you want the long version? Whoa, wait a second. Hold on.
I was a journalist before joining ESL. I was writing stuff and I was critical of a lot of things that happened in esports in the industry overall.
He was very critical of Intel Extreme Masters. I remember he wrote a piece explaining what he would do if he were running it, and then they offer him the job to run it.
You know, I had zero management experience. None whatsoever. Then suddenly I'm running the most prestigious tournament circuit.
First thing you need to know that the Nihao is completely different at home than he is at work. Hey! We need to get her a dog. It's a bit sad, don't you think? She's starstruck though. She's like,
wow.
Oh my god, I follow.
Yeah.
Do you follow me on Twitter? Yes, you do.
And now in the most stacked qualifier that we've ever seen in the Intel Extreme Masters, we're going to be opening up with an absolutely amazing game, and it's going to be good.
ESL is the company behind the Intel Extreme Masters. They are the guys that give the production, the on-air talent. You're dealing with 200 to 300 staff, essentially. And that's a lot of people to pull together for one big event.
Everyone that works here stems from being hooked on video games. When my mom dropped me off at my very first competition, she looks around, she's like, it's all boys. It's all boys. But that would actually help me interact with people socially better, which made me grow as a person outside of video games as well.
I first started playing online multiplayer with my brother. We didn't live together. We'd meet up on the internet, and this is the way that we could still do things together.
Working with ESL, I have a purpose. We have a common goal, if you like. We want to make it big, we want to make esports acceptable, but we aren't there yet. We're not ESPN, we're not BBC, we don't have their experience and their money and their backing.
When we have one of those huge events, it is an opportunity to show people who not necessarily know esports how awesome it is, and that's why I think so much stress comes with it, because it has to be perfect.
The Intel Extreme Masters this year features 2 games, League of Legends and StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 is a 1 versus 1 game, and a successor to StarCraft Brood War, which is the game that helped launch esports in 2001.
New territory, he has so much supply. A big drop in the main base here, continued off by Flash, makes the unbelievable recovery.
League of Legends is a 5 versus 5 team-based game, and by far the most popular video game in the world.
Is it going to be the second? Yes, it will.
Normally, League of Legends teams compete within their own regions. The Intel Extreme Masters gives the top teams one of the few chances to compete against the rest of the world. But to get to the IEM World Championship in Katowice, Poland, teams will either need to be on top of a major region or win one of the 4 IEM qualifying events.
We're in Shenzhen, China, at the Anime Expo.
This is the first IEM to kick off Season 9. We're at an anime convention as well. You guys can see behind me that there's like a gajillion Chinese people wearing ridiculous things.
The Intel Extreme Masters is usually hosted at a Comic-Con or a fan expo before the World Championships, that is.
We've built this to make sure that whenever we come to an event somewhere, the audience will be at some point so huge that it will overflow and we will not have enough space. And then next time we do it in a stadium.
The start of the show is probably the most nerve-wracking. I still get nervous. I think you always want to do the very best show that you can do.
And a very warm welcome to a very warm Shenzhen. Our new season is well underway.
If you want to run a soccer final, you go inside the stadium, you turn the floodlights on, you open the gates, and you're done. With esports, we have to build the entire stage from scratch. We have to lay the network, set up our streaming devices, and make sure that we are safe from outside attacks. So the level of complexity is much higher.
This World Elite up against Evergated, and they're fighting for 10th spot into the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship coming up next year. Here's Engage Honeston. He's so low on health. He's going to go down from this one. We'll try to hop away. Actually, who'll get the shield? He might survive this one. And in fact, he will. And I thought he was a goner. World Elite playing like a top-notch team. Playing like a team that you kind of expected to come into this. It looks like we're going to have a slight little bit of a pause come into the game.
Average convention has a major problem understanding what we do.
They are trying to fix it, and I think it's already fixed.
A lot of times you feel sort of lost and frustrated.
I don't know, to be honest. They're sorting it.
Alright, well, it looks like the pause has been turned off. We're going back into the game here, guys.
I want to talk about a game I don't know if their game is, okay, the game is stalled out.
We're hearing everyone disconnected, not actually sure what's wrong with that.
We've given the plans of how much power we need, but with language barrier, the venue decided that we don't need that much. What happened was that we had power outages like from the beginning, which basically cuts off the stream immediately.
They're looking for the fight on top of Barrington. We will see the Morgana ultimate come in. It will connect with at least one. FTDF going to get locked down here. Phillips solo on life. And for some reason, a pause comes out during the middle of that team fight here at such an instrumental time.
If something goes wrong, we have thousands of angry people telling us immediately how bad we are at what we do. It's brutal sometimes. If we mess up, it's brutal.
I'm not from California. I moved here from Michigan, actually. And I basically left a lot of my friends, my girlfriend's over there, my family's over there. And I basically started a new life living over here in California with these 4 teammates of mine. It's kind of messy, but we're 5 college-age guys. We're not too concerned about how clean our room is, I guess. This is the main living room that we spend most of our time in. As far as the bed over there, that's just because our teammate bought a new bed, and he hasn't put that anywhere, so now it's just kind of like a couch. We don't spend too much time up here, even though there's a hot tub chilling there. I have no idea, actually. Was it like that when we moved in? When you're building a team, you want to look for people that, 1, are good at the game, 2, have motivation to become better at the game, and 3, people that you just genuinely like. So for us, we all trust each other wholeheartedly, and that translates into the game as well. So if I do something in the game, and like I jump into 5 people by myself, my team will trust me, and they'll back me up. They'll jump into the fray with me, regardless of what it is.
How did that hit?
You're Spider-Man.
Cloud9 has been together like 2 years. Since we've come into the scene, every other team has had multiple roster changes, except for us. For whatever reason, we meshed together fairly well.
Hey, hi. What? Italian sausage marinara, right?
Yeah.
You want hot wings with hot sauce?
I don't think it's built like that.
Damn. Okay.
Back in the day when my wife and I started dating, I had to reveal to her like my biggest secret. So I play video games, and she's like, so? And I'm like, I play them a lot. And she's like, what do you mean a lot? I'm like, I play like 40, 50 hours every week. And she's like, what? So I play this game called World of Warcraft. I run a guild.
Nerd scream!
So how long has this been going on? Like, years. And she's like, I gotta see this. What is this?
Would you like to open a Play-Doh? Yeah.
Polly was actually pregnant with Madison when I was working for TSM. TSM means Team Solomid. It's one of the earliest esports organizations in League of Legends.
Jack used to be the general manager of TSM.
No, April 5th. Sorry, right now.
Is that the next time we play?
Yeah. All right. I'm not shaving until Toby first.
I found myself in a state where, like, hey, I like to do this for myself. All I needed was a team. But then Hai came to me, and he said, hey, I want you to make a company for my team to play under. I knew Hai's team. Hai's team was really good. They'd been beating TSM 90% of the time. And TSM at the time was like the #1 team in North America.
We both lived in San Jose at the time. We're like considered sister teams of Cloud9.
I'm his right hand. I'm his left hand. You're his left hand, man.
Originally, Team Solo Mid dominated North America until we showed up. Now we and Team Solo Mid are constantly competing to be the best in North America. We're, I would say, the primary representation of the North American region.
There's a perception right now that North America is the worst region and that the Asian teams are going to stomp out any North American team.
When was the last time a North American team won a major trophy in esports? And it wasn't Halo.
Major trophy, okay, that's a long time.
2005.
To see a team that comes from North America compete against people all across the world and stand out, that's just a dream, you know, that's just ideal. It hasn't happened yet, really, but I have faith.
Yeah, so we're expecting about like between 70 and 100 people to show up.
My name is Judy. I'm from New York City, and I'm the community manager of the New York City League of Legends group. I help run online and offline events. When this was first starting, I'm like running around to all these different bars saying, please let us put video games on your TV. I promise it'll be fun. And one place finally caves, and they're like, okay. Gradually, people start coming in. We start having fun, and we're watching the game, and soon enough, we're like the loudest people in the bar. And the manager's coming up to us saying, what is this game? Why are you guys so excited about it?
That just turned that fight on its head.
Watching League of Legends for the first time can be kind of crazy. You know, it looks really chaotic at first, but I assure you everyone knows exactly what they're doing and they have a specific role that they need to fulfill in order for them to win.
Okay, we just managed to ace their team, which means we killed all 5 of them. Quite good.
League of Legends takes place in a battle arena with 5 people on either team. You have a square map, points in each corner, known as the Nexus, and the idea is you need to destroy each other's base. You do this by fighting your way across the map through 3 lanes. Standing in your way are obstacles, inhibitors, turrets, constant waves of weak, computer-controlled minions that fight for each team, and of course, the opposing players. At the start of each match, a player chooses one of over 120 different characters or champions to play, each with different abilities, whether it be to start fights, protect teammates, damage enemies, or roam the map, spying on the other team. If any player dies, they'll come back to life, but only after a set amount of time. The game ends when the Nexus gets destroyed.
Esports generates excitement and engagement with people.
What?
embarrassing. You see a baseball player knock it out of the park. You want to go and do the same with your kids. It inspires you exactly the same way.
Here it comes. Oh my goodness.
The United States has won the Women's World Cup.
You see a massive championship match, or a player does epic things with this particular unit or this particular character. You want to go and try to emulate that.
Coming in now, Pepe definitely up towards the nexus. Kevin is going to be able to go across him. He's trying to do it, but meanwhile they're in the base. Yanistar's trying to defend them in the base. Pepe's trying to take the nexus down. Is anyone going to be able to deal with this one? Captains him with another axe. He's very low. They're pushing on the nexus.
The ex-Peke backdoor moment was something special, I think is the best way to describe it.
Fnatic, one of the most celebrated teams from Europe, was playing SK Gaming at the Intel Extreme Masters in 2013. The game was as close as they come, and Fnatic overreached and lost the fight. Their star player, ex-Peke, barely survives, limping away with very little health. With the enemy running towards Fnatic's base to secure their win, ex-Peke should have gone back to defend. Instead, he went on a suicide mission. He snuck back into SK Gaming's base and started desperately attacking their nexus in a race to finish the game first. SK sent a player back to stop him, but with perfect precision, ex-Peke used his champion's unique abilities to dodge nearly every attack thrown at him. With time running out, ex-Peke landed a fatal blow on their nexus, sealing a miracle victory.
The way that it was played out, the moves that he did in the game, the way that the crowd reacted, the way that the players reacted after it happened, all these things combined together made something that is simply going to live forever in the history of esports. It is one of the biggest moments that esports has ever seen.
This game is going to live long in the memory of League of Legends.
I was watching it live with one friend of mine back in Sweden. We were at my place watching the game on the big screen and just eating chips and drinking cola pretty much. It was just so cool to be watching it live.
Reckless. He's the youngest one of the team. He's the one that has the most ambition. He can play like from 12 to 15 hours a day, and he hates losing. That's why he's playing so much. He just wants to be the best.
When I grew up, I was playing so many sports at once. I was trying soccer, handball, and floorball. I kind of always lived for the competition, and then when I injured myself, I found something new and something interesting to do exactly the same thing, but in a different way.
En chicos jóvenes, como mi hijo que empezó a ser competitivo con 17 años, te desgasta. Aunque nos tiene a nosotros, yo los veo 2 o 3 veces al año, siempre que puedo escaparme y venir. El resto del año convive con ellos, son su familia.
I always felt really close to them, so joining the team didn't feel like I joined 4 star players. It felt like I joined 4 friends. Since it's a 5v5 game, it matters a lot about how you work together, and I feel like that's one of our strengths, that everyone understands everyone.
Back up. Take rest.
I'm one of those players who have a lot of fans, but I'm also one of those players who don't put much effort into streaming or social media. I'm really quiet in a way, which makes me even appreciate my fans even more because they're sticking around even if I'm not paying them back. And I think esports in Europe and NA care more about like the media and stuff than just actually winning the game. And that's where I think Korea is ahead of the others.
South Korea has been dominating the competitive gaming world for some time now. There's a number of factors that go into this. One of the biggest being the culture's different.
Second place is the first loser, you know? So they don't want second place. You want to be number one.
저희 한국은 프로게이머가 된 이상은 일단 게임으로 성공을 해야 된다. 게임은 아니면 안 된다라는 생각에 성적에 좀 목숨을 걸고
StarCraft Brood War was the predecessor to all of this even happening. It started off in Korea. They started up a league for Brood War, and that's where you started getting the high-end players and the teams and then the fans and the groupies, and started it all here in South Korea.
Esports has been on broadcast television in Korea since 1999. All of the teams are sponsored by major corporate entities. There are coaches who have been in the scene for a decade who know how to make champions. The infrastructure in Korea is just significantly better.
Do you know why Count Von Count from Sesame Street counts? In traditional vampire folklore, one way to escape a vampire was to throw out a group of light objects on the ground. Vampires would be held in and that's why Count Von Count counts.
See what happens. Here we go. Game one. Samsung versus the Tigers. Let's get the game.
The GE Tigers, what a phenomenon from Korea.
They're a brand new organization, which is unusual in Korea because Korea has been dominated by massive corporate-run teams. They were composed of either players who were on break from the professional scene and then a bunch of other players who were really not at the top of their game, who had been cut from other rosters previously. So when we came into the season, this is their first year really of competitive play, they looked like they might be okay, but nowhere near a top-level team.
Yes.
I don't think the team itself knew that they were going to be as good as they are in the Korean League and Champions. They are actually undefeated and miles ahead of even the second place team.
And definitely the favorite going into the IEM.
많이 신기해요. 가끔 이렇게 혼자 생각해보면 지금 이 자리에 와 있다는 것도 정말 신기하고.
They have this amazing energy and this amazing synergy that just kind of exudes from them.
이 게임을 좋아하게 된 것 같고 사실 저희 팀이 좋은 이유 중 하나는 제 성격이 이렇게 나쁜 사람이 없어서 다 5명이 하나처럼 잘 어울린단 말이에요. 그것 때문에 저희 팀이 되게 좋은 것 같아요. 또 저희는 이 의상 이 의상도 한몫하고.
The hell am I looking at? I don't know what's going on. They're constantly changing uniforms.
한국 프로팀들 유니폼을 보면 너무 단조롭잖아요. 하나로 정해져 있어서 약간 저희 팀은 그런 거와 다르게 차별을 두고
I always change my uniform every single day.
많은 팬분들이 이쁘게 보시는 것 같아요.
아마도 저희 GE 타이거즈가 전 세계적으로 1등일 것 같고 그렇기 때문에 IEM에서 저희가 쉽게 우승할 수 있을 것 같아요.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, a time zone friendly welcome to you wherever you are in the world. Building excitement today for the Pathetic Street Masters, the SAP Arena in San Jose. I can't wait to get there.
The Intel Extreme Masters has always had a territory that they wanted to break into, which is North America.
Esports has existed in America for a really long time, and some would argue that it started in America. But the problem there was always that the people running these companies ran around like chickens with their heads cut off.
North America's had a shady past, I think it's safe to say, with events. They've always been hit or miss. Generally, they've been missed.
We've seen multiple times investment-funded companies put up events that the community was always very enthusiastic about. but they were burning money, they were losing lots and lots of money.
Competitive gaming faced a blow today as it has lost one of its biggest names. The World Series of Video Games has officially shut down. The organizers claim that the cost of producing live events are just too high, and instead they'll focus on the web.
There's a lot of potential in America, but you need to rebuild a lot of stuff and almost build stuff from scratch.
There's a lot on the line. Just the word San Jose make my stomach turn right now. Esports in America has come a long way. We've seen some big events. Developers and publishers have all done these events themselves.
But I think the success of companies like ESL is the real measuring stick that shows you how healthy esports really is. We have the challenge of always having to break even. And if we're in business for 10 years, for 12 years, for 15 years, that means esports is a viable thing.
For the legitimacy of esports, we need a big, big event to work really, really well in the United States.
We've waited, crouched, to a moment where the world woke up to esports. We could have tried to rent out an arena in the US 3 years ago and we would have failed miserably because it wasn't the right time.
This is basically 9 years of development building up to this one event.
We're going to head to San Jose towards the end of the year, and we're going to try and do something that we've never done before in North America. For us, it's life and death, and I mean it, life and death, literally, because we just don't know right now. We really don't know whether we can fill that place. Just a little different way to gather.
Because we have 2 games, right?
Two independent shows,
yeah,
essentially.
and one has a significantly bigger audience than the other.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to maximize. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I know.
Yeah. And then
only what my kids tell me.
This is a stage. We've got StarCraft going that way, League of Legends going that way, and the showcase over there, far in. Just being around here, this gets me excited because I'm imagining all the great things, where thousands of people just screaming and making noise and just creating that atmosphere. I'm already in it, to be honest. The consequences of not filling it would be scary, but it's not the time to be afraid, it's time to be bold, I think.
The League of Legends bracket at IEM San Jose will feature 6 teams. Team Solar Mid and Alliance, currently the top teams from North America and Europe, have been invited and will have a blast. Battling it out to phase them will be the 2 Latin American teams that qualified through online matches. And 1 North American team and 1 European team that will be determined by a fan vote.
Every day I wake up realizing that this could all go away very quickly. This perception that Cloud9 is a big company, we're not. We're a very small, very scrappy organization.
I have no idea where this is all going. I mean, we don't have any grand master plan for a year from now, for even 6 months from now.
In a blink of an eye, this could all go away. When IEM San Jose was announced, I knew I had to be a part of this event. I immediately got my video teams making videos, got the word out through Twitter, Facebook, every social media that I could get, like, please support us, please get us to IEM San Jose. It is so important for us to be part of this event. I grew up in the Bay Area. My dad spent his whole career as an attorney working in San Jose. I founded Cloud9 in San Jose. So this was like, for me, I'm like, this is not an option to not be a part of this.
TSM already got invited, so it's TSM, and it looks like it's either us or Curse, whoever wins the fan vote, but definitely could go either way.
I think everyone views North America as the underdogs of generally every tournament, so every time we lose, I just want C9 to win because I want to prove people wrong.
When I was very new in the esports, I was
I was a very different kid. I was very shy and introverted, so the way I really reached out to my fans was through my stream.
I'm going to kill someone here in, I think, 6 seconds. I'm going to start counting down. 6, 5.
I was good at the game. I knew my stuff, but I just played by myself.
2, 1. Oh my god, I love League of Legends.
But then I was streaming and all these people would come in and they would ask me questions. I'd be like, oh, I can help other people improve. I can show them what I do. It was a feeling of really like reaching the top and feeling like the fans respected my opinion.
When the game does die, if it does, I would move on to catering to my fans, because they're the reason why I'm so popular in the first place, why I had the job in the first place.
Go, 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 go.
Alright, fine. I'm a monster in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. It's fantastic.
That was amazing.
Wow.
Right after high school, I had a week break, and my dad told me that you're going to do plumbing. I worked with him for a year, and I got fired maybe 3 times. And ironically, a week after I got fired, I qualified, and that's where everything started.
A lot of these gamers, what they have to do is they have to get really high ranking on the ladder and really build hype around the community, because every single team is always looking for new talent.
For traditional sports, there's a very clear path on how to become professional at it. For example, if you're trying to be a professional tennis player, you play in middle school, you can play in high school. If you're good in high school, you get scouted by colleges. They pay for your scholarship. But for something like League of Legends, for example, it's very hard to, just because the pathway is different.
There's 67 million players playing this game every single month.
And there's 50 players in North America that actually play at the pro level in this game. Just as it's very hard to get into the NFL or Major League Baseball, it's just as hard to get into professional League of Legends.
Once you get picked up by an established team, you should get a good salary, and with live streaming, you should be able to make over 6 figures.
Definitely worth it economically. If someone's like offering you, yeah, join our team, become a professional, I would say definitely do that. But if you don't have this offer, you're just like a player of the game, I don't think you should go out and try to become that. I pursued my master's degree in computer science. By the time I tried to go pro, I was already almost done with school anyway, so it just made a lot more sense to finish it out, so I had that kind of the backup. But all my teammates dropped out of college. They don't really have that college degree to fall back on.
Yeah, good. Swing on wide. Hey, make that back door. It's
My name is Kurt Melcher. I'm the Associate Athletic Director and Head Women's Soccer Coach and Esport Coordinator at Robert Morris University. We're on the 3rd floor of our campus, and this was room 305. Now it is our Esport Arena. We offer scholarships for League of Legends, and we want to attract some of the elite players that want to have that combination of getting an education and learning and getting better at the game.
Okay, now let's rotate bot now. Everybody bot right now. Yeah, rotate to help here. Rotate to help here.
The school recognizes that students generally perform better in the classroom when they're involved in athletics or performing arts or theater. You don't want to let your teammates down, so you're going to work harder in class.
You know, for 20 or 30 years, we've been playing games on computers. So I think it makes a lot of sense that finally they're becoming recognized as really a legitimate and viable sport.
Again.
There are a lot of directions they can go. League of Legends is just one game. You know, there are many others. I think in the next year you'll see more colleges and universities looking at esports, and I think we'll just see it just not, grow isn't really the right verb. I think we'll see it exploding.
It's great to be technically semi-professional, a female player playing for a collegiate team for League of Legends. That's amazing. I want to take this seriously. I know that there aren't a lot of female professional players in League of Legends or esports in general, and my greatest goal is to be a role model for those that wish to follow in my footsteps. I really like Lemonation because he's an older player, and I think it's awesome to have an older player in the scene, because a lot of people think that, like, oh, once you turn like 22, 23, your career in professional esports is over with. It's really cool to see someone who's 26 on the greatest team in North America. I really like Cloud9.
I think in the past, mainstream media has portrayed us just as kind of nerdy guys in the basement type thing. And I think since it's becoming a lot bigger and they see like the numbers growing, people are starting to respect it a lot more. A ton of people are just watching it online, and if we mess up, it's going to be seen by all these people.
Any moment, I could screw over the entire game.
Let me too. Let me too.
Careful, careful. Watch out, Sneaky. They're coming, they're coming.
Get off, get off.
When it comes to fan feedback, imagine a big sports game like an NBA Finals game and the big MVP just messes up the crucial shot, and then thousands of fans team out of the stadium complaining.
Reckless actually playing a little reckless. That
our world is like we hear almost every single voice because it's posted online, and all of us are online. We're all connected. It's ego shattering.
When I'm losing, I'm always really harsh on myself. I really hate that feeling.
Like, look what you're gonna do. I'm gonna put it in slow motion. I'm always alone. Yes, it's your mistake. What are you doing?
A veces es muy duro porque es mucha presión y eso es muy duro. De ellos 5 chicos solo con 20 años, sin ayuda exterior de psicólogo o de preparadores realmente fuertes.
You need to always be on top of your game, because if you slip up, that means you could potentially lose your job.
I think oftentimes we forget that they're just normal kids and normal people who have been forced to grow up very rapidly. They were put into this world where they are all of a sudden on camera. They are all of a sudden competing for a lot of money.
Do you kind of feel that the problems you run into here are the same problems you run into when you play the European team?
We have the same problems because we kind of lack the team coordination. I'm not actually sure why we're not doing it. We will for sure focus on it in the future and have a more solid and consistent performance.
There's something about leaving Fnatic. I think he has a problem with some of his teammates, like motivation. So I think he wanted to leave the team for that reason.
Reckless came in, this new superstar last year. He broke records. It was a player that was not completely happy in his current role at Fnatic, wanted more, had a bit more passion. He was only a 17-year-old kid coming through. And it seemed obvious that after a somewhat disappointing year for Fnatic, that maybe changes would happen. Alliance, his new super team coming up, piqued his interest, and it's no surprise to suddenly see these transfers happening. This is the growth of sports, if it were. Once sports get big enough, people start paying for the big players.
ESL America office is my second visit. Coming in for a chat with the president and to see an immigration lawyer, figure out if I can move over and if I can transition to America.
We're moving to America now. LA, district, California, earthquakes. He always wanted to work in America at some point. So when this opportunity came, we've decided that if we ever going to do this, it has to be now.
Hi, I'm Michal. Nice to meet you. I work at the Europe office.
So yes, we're moving to America.
Welcome back. Like what you did with the place. I love them. I love them. But I love this setup, by the way. This thing. We've had 50 plus events in Intel Extreme Masters history. San Jose is the most difficult and at the same time the most important event. if we fail, anything can happen. Maybe what I'm doing will not be there anymore. Maybe that will be obsolete completely. Just, you know, jousting used to be a sport. It's no longer here.
We won the fan vote for San Jose, so we are going to the San Jose IM. And we are going against Unicorns of Love. It's also the qualified European team. I'm glad we're going.
We have to play against Unicorns of Love first round, and then later on we're expecting to face Cloud9 or Alliance. Reckless is very good, and he's one of the best AD carries I've ever played against, so I just hope we don't choke or anything. If we win this tournament, that means we go to the grand finals in Katowice, which is very big for us.
A lot of people in the TSM organizations are from San Jose, and I can tell that it's something they want us to do well at.
We've actually never won an IEM event. IEM San Jose is the one that I want. It's by far, that's I need to take that home. I'm going to have my family in the audience. I'm going to fly my dad down. I want to win this event.
We're selling tickets to this event. We're counting on thousands of people to show up, and we need thousands of people to show up in order for us to call the event a success. Because we work with real money, and we have to break even, and if we don't do it, maybe, just maybe, people will doubt us. Maybe they'll think, guys, maybe this is not the right time, let's wait another couple of years. We took a leap of faith on San Jose, and we need this to work in order to move forward. We really do need this to work.
San Jose with a season-high 7. That's a good night here at SAP for the San Jose Sharks.
Mike, you said that one of the stages is facing that way?
Come on, man. I'll show you right here. Other side. If we want to change it, let's change it at the very end when everything is clear.
10-4, thank you.
We've never done anything like it before. Not on this scale, not in this time pressure. And it's taken its toll on everybody on the team.
We only have 3 more rows.
You also have to build a stage. Looking good?
I mean, not good, not great.
What time will I have full dress rehearsals?
Dress rehearsals?
My crew's here, and their tools. I'm not.
I remember when esports was in the bottom of the basement of the Hilton Hotel, and it looked like a video casino. As we grew, and then ESO brought in Mihal, he took us to the next level.
My first tournament that I ever organized was in an internet cafe. It had 12 or 14 PCs total.
Do we have the countdown in the corner?
Paul should have it tested on the other way, right?
Did you get me now? We need to be done by 11 latest with everything. And I haven't eaten, I just realized.
Alright, time to really start moving them. They're officially late as of now. That's ESL wondering where the hell we are. Hey, what's up?
I don't like it like that. I wanted the players backstage and we can show them backstage waiting like in football. Just please give me that.
When I walked in, the energy and the noise was orders of magnitude greater than what I expected to experience. I've had 2 heart attacks, and the sensation that I got was sitting in here with the same kind of feeling pressure build up.
Alles gut? Yeah. Are we beginning?
No. Are we?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose!
It's going
going to be an incredible weekend as we go looking for our next IEM champion.
It's live now, the pressure is off.
First up, it's the fans that got them here with 42% of the fan votes. They're on their home turf. Give it up for Cloud9.
League of Legends is extremely complex, but there are a few things to watch that can help you understand the game. The teams alternate between red and blue sides depending on the game, and the number of kills a team has is a good indication of how well the team is doing.
One more shot, there it is! High gets the kill.
An ace means that every member of the enemy team has been killed, which gives the surviving team completely free reign of the map for a while.
And it's all now going Cloud9's way.
Individual players can obtain double, triple, quadra, or the extremely rare pentakill by killing multiple enemies themselves.
Sneaky with the quadra, winning at the penta! Oh, wow!
Oh, they tried so hard to give that over to Sneaky.
Every champion has different abilities. For example, a champion that Lemonation often plays has a hook that he throws out to catch and hold enemies so his teammates can kill them.
Oh, they get the hawk onto the team. There we go. Look how quick he goes down. One Nexus turret goes down. The second will follow. And it's Cloud9 that reach the semi-final.
Why not? I think I'm running around sweating. Good team, what's this? The number on it. 69. That's not a good number. I don't have my own shirt, that's why. Fair enough. New transfer. Yeah. Go do your thing. Go do what you need to do. Good seeing you.
In Alliance, we recently picked up Reckless, which is one of the biggest talents in the Western world. He just meshes really well with the rest of our lineup, and he has a very dedicated mindset to the game that I really appreciate a lot. He's a great addition to our lineup.
At one point, when you become as good as you can, the strategy is what decides who wins and who loses the game. It's sort of like chess in a way, but you have a matter of milliseconds to make your decision. Reaction time is really important.
As you can see, Unicorns of Love moving very fast through the bracket, and we're going to come up to our first game of the day. You can see it, Alliance versus Cloud9.
Before match, I'm completely focused on trying to come in with the best plan possible.
Lemonation is famous for his notebook. It contains all of the Cloud9 secret strategy.
What is in this book? This is the tactics book we all see.
These tips of how to grow a magnificent beard.
I need that book.
At the point you go on the stage, I'm really nervous.
There was a lot of controversy around the record changes, and I think he's kind of taking that to heart, is that it's on his shoulders to make this work. Slow start. 11 minutes into this game now. First blood just yet, and very much equal on goal. Elimination getting focused on. Could they get first blood? And he gets away safe. It's building up so much tension for this game. Because here it comes. It finally is. Is it? That's the question. Because the teleport goes down. There's the route on a high. Cataclysm on Frog'em. And everybody from Alliance backs away. It's taking a leisurely start to the day. Definitely warming up the crowd, I think it's safe to say.
Get him, Robin!
Is this going to be first blood? Yes, it will!
Yeah!
Go in. You ready? Wait. They have flashes inside around, but High's locked up. Lemonation's going to get taken down. Alliance are picking up some kills. Reckless gets himself one. They can clean up the AD carry versus AD carry. And Reckless comes out victorious. And it's the ace for Alliance. That is why Alliance paid the money to transfer this man into their team. At the moment, Cloud9 are the ones feeling the pressure.
We're a lot stronger than them. You don't have to be afraid.
Frog'em in trouble. He's going to get locked up and dropped out of Pancake. Sneaky picks up two, chases on towards Reckless. Reckless has to get the hell out of dodge right now. And Reckless is in trouble. Tries to clear it. Locked in. And he goes down. It's the ace for Cloud9. The game one of the series. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 underway. Oh, he's gone for elimination. Reckless. Completely paced him out. Beautifully done. And wow, Cloud9 Cloud9 are destroying Alliance in Game 2.
If I do a mistake, I instantly recognize it and try to stop it before it actually happens again.
And let's stay more together. Stay together. They can't kill us if we stay together. They don't have damage.
Reckless comes around the side to close in, and Reckless picks up the kill, and it's this time Alliance coming out 3-1 up.
Well, that's exciting. I'm back in the game now, so I'm good.
Alliance may well have just won themselves the game.
They're just going to run straight for the Nexus now.
This series ties up 1-1. We will have a winner in the next matchup.
Still in, man. Still in it. We're still in it.
Confirmed, we're blue?
We're blue.
Okay. Good.
Another thing to keep an eye on this game is that the recipient of the first blood money...
Whoa! Reckless just destroying balls in the top lane. Teleport coming straight out from balls. Of course, Death Timers are next to nothing. But Wicked is going to TP in, and they may lock up for a second kill here. Ball's taken low once again, and Reckless gets another. Wow. I don't think I've seen anyone die twice so quick in my life. He's literally teleported straight back to die again.
All right. Yeah, that's a rough start.
Reckless trying to bait out here. Reckless gets himself a very easy third kill.
Alright, boys. What do you want to do?
They need to focus him, and there's the hook from Lemon Nation. Oh, Shook in trouble.
Yeah, we got him. We can fight this.
Oh, Brother's gone up. It's going down. Turns the game on its head right now. And Reckless just running away. Cloud9 trying to finish the game right here. Reckless gone out. Cloud9 will take the game and go through to the finals of the Intel Extreme Masters here in San Jose.
What did we practice? 2 weeks? And they have been playing together for quite some time?
Yeah, I've been playing for a long time.
I mean, sure enough, Lemon Nation lands 2 of the biggest hooks of the game, right? We were way on top until that happened.
I still think we put up a good fight, to be honest.
Okay, let's take some dessert to damp the bitterness.
I would love to see the grand finals with TSM, and I'd like to see it go to the last game and us win. That'd be amazing. I love that.
Unicorns of Love versus Team Solo Mid.
TSM is the big favorite, I think, for this tournament.
The build-up time towards a match, I actually get nervous, very nervous every single time I recognize it's a big match.
Honestly, I think playing against international team is my favorite thing to do as a professional player, because this is where I get a chance to see where I stack up. I really want to prove myself.
Well, here we go then. I guess if there's a chance to prove yourself on the big stage, the semi-final is probably it.
Playing in a big arena, it definitely adds pressure and adds to adrenaline. Some people can go in and all the hitters, it just gets to them and they can't perform at the highest level.
Down the Ignite is ticking, and he does get first blooded.
Bjergsen just needed to show a little bit more respect in that lane.
Kicking turns around. This could be really bad for TSM.
They walk right into it. Turtle doesn't get to do anything that fight.
You really care about the game, so when you lose, it's like one of the worst feelings ever.
The next They're going to lose the unbeat health. The Unicorns of Love are pushing out in. The Unicorns of Love go through.
I'm more surprised that TSM, they like just didn't show up at all. Like, it's not like they just didn't come to play.
We learned that on an international stage, we play a lot worse than we do on practice, and that's something we have to fix for the future.
And now we're on to the final match, Cloud9 versus Unicorns of Love.
If you've never faced a team like Cloud9 before, it's going to be really scary.
Just stick with the plan.
And the culling is keeping them at bay. Oh, he's so a beautiful kick by Meteos. And just like that, the Unicorns are aced by Cloud9.
Cloud9 is threatening to run away with this game.
Sneaky will get the first one. Kikis is low. He was hooked in there by Lemon Nation, and that means a 2-for-2 right.
Sneaky got it. Pressure.
Do it. Power of Evil, and we'll probably get Hurley Tang as well. It cannot be the pentakill that will surely win Cloud9, the Intel Extreme Masters here in San Jose.
I look over at the people, and it dawned on me that we had a real breakthrough.
Which one?
We've gone to a place where I, frankly speaking, never thought we would go. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When I look at my mileage account, it says that I took 41 flights this year, and that's just flights alone. So I'd estimate I was away from home 60 days, 65 days maybe. That's a very large percentage of that little kid's life. And I don't want to be that guy who misses kids growing up.
Mom, there's a strange man.
Hey, it's Daddy. No, you're not. Yeah, I am.
I'm not saying it's not hard sometimes. It was extremely hard when baby was very little, and I was all by myself, and there was actually no one to help me. But I mean, it comes with a package, so. That's fun.
Luckily my mum taught me how to do this. I think the big thing about having these studio events is that people get to stay a little bit closer to the players, get to kind of look over their shoulders.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne.
Doesn't get it! Triple kill for double him! This is insane! 22-20! I have no idea which way this game's gonna go.
This is live right now.
Oh my god, this game has to be over.
He's not gonna be able to do anything against 4 Gambit players hammering away on the Nexus.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei. They could finish the game right here, and they're going to take down the Nexus turret.
The Yowie Flash Wolves do the unthinkable, come back from a 2-0 deficit to win the game and the Intel Extreme Masters Taipei.
Now we have our 4 qualified teams for IEM Katowice. Joining them will be the top teams from 3 regions. SK Gaming from Europe, the GE Tigers and CJ Enters from Korea, and finally Team Solar Mid from North America, who despite losing in San Jose, fought to the top of their region, gaining them a second chance at the IEM World Championship.
The second chance meant the world to me. It was really important that, we had a second chance to show ourselves and to prove to our fans that we could be the best.
Fans of esports are at worst fickle, harsh, but at their best, they're the most enthusiastic people, the most passionate people I've ever met.
A week or so ago, Hai just randomly told us that he would be visiting New York, so we are kind of scrambling right now to make sure that everything goes favorably.
Hey, what's up? It's me and Hai. We're our family. Say hello. Say hello.
We got a park permit, and we put out a Facebook event, and we were expecting like 100, 150 people. Like 2,000 people showed up.
This is longer than I thought.
All right, so let's transition into talking about IEM Katowice, which is coming up in the next couple weeks.
GE Tigers might be the best team in the world. They're the best team from Korea. CJ Entus, at least is top 4 at the moment in Korea. SK Gaming, perhaps the best team from Europe. TSM, perhaps the best team from NA. Cloud9, whatever, second best team. It's up to you how you rank it, okay, but these are top level teams from their regions. Cloud9 plays GE Tigers. How does Cloud9 possibly match up? Can they do anything against GE Tigers?
No. I don't think anybody in this tournament can do anything against the GE Tigers. I was at the GE Tigers house the other day, and Gorilla was saying in an interview that their goal was to win this tournament without losing a game.
I got news yesterday that my paperwork was apparently filed for the visa thing. So, yeah, another country will see another Polish guy. That's okay. We're expanding from just the sports arena onto an 8,000 square meter hall. In the sports arena, we're going to have one gigantic stage, the biggest stage in the company's history, one of the biggest stages in esports history, actually. And this is where the StarCraft 2 stage is going to be, and the expo. Esports was a sideshow, and now everything that used to be the main show is now the sideshow to esports, and it's the exhibitors that are now piggybacking off of the competitions. Now there's a right way to see it and there's a wrong way to see it. I'm going to do it the right way.
We wanted to look like a prince, but actually they are not that good looking, so I'm really worried about that.
The possibility of North Americans winning this tournament is kind of slim, I think, because there's the Yowie Flash Wolves who we have no experience against. There's also the GE Tigers.
I just worry about because they are a bit tired now, so that's okay. Our team is the best in the world, I think.
We're against probably the best team in the world, so we have to play better than we've ever played before.
If America comes out and wins everything, it's going to flip the world on its head.
If you didn't know any better, you'd think it's Madonna. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning. Me? I'm not ready.
Me neither. Let's get out of here.
This is the first time we have a full 1.5
It's like really a full proper day of rehearsal. Yeah, it's pretty good.
We're actually pretty proud about it.
Take off your shirt! Take off my shirt? No, I'm not doing that. This crowd is the rowdiest crowd I've ever had to perform in front of.
I haven't been in there yet, and the crowd is streaming in, so I'm trying to hold it off because I'll be really nervous.
Rehearsals are over. Everybody's getting into place.
We have the opening of the big show on the main stage, and today everything starts. When the stage is built, I will walk every inch of it. I suppose trying to get the emotion, capture it, keep it inside me, and then deliver it in tune with the crowd to the way that they feel the same excitement that I do about the games that are about to take place. And also just about how far we've come. It always feels like that to me. It feels like, yeah, we're going to deliver something really special. I mean, super special, that will make your spine tingle and the hairs on your arms stand up. And when that moment arrives, and the music plays and the lights blaze, and I'm standing backstage and my stomach is doing somersaults, and the producer tells me in my ear, go. It's It's magical.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship!
From my personal point of view, going out in front of a crowd like that at a video game tournament, it's extraordinary.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship.
It's double elims. Lose 2, you're out. Win 2, and you're in.
The opening match, Game 1 of Group A. The first team, the undefeated, the GE Tigers! And their challengers, a staple name from North America, and the winners of the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose. None other than Cloud9!
Can Cloud9 beat the GE Tigers?
Anything is theoretically possible, but in the realistic universe in which we reside currently, it's a very low chance.
We are ready to get it on here in our first game in the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. Cloud9 lurking in the brush. Oh, and there he is. Elimination. Can they get him with some CC? They already get the flash. He's going to try the outro, but that's first blood for Cloud9 Balls.
I mean, Gorilla was not exactly paying attention, so it's going to be very helpful for C9.
They've got the start that they want to see. Well, look at this. We are seeing Lee waiting around. I mean, they managed to get the change down, and Hai is dead just like that.
Coming in, here's a teleport.
Smed may have overstayed his welcome here.
Meteos is taking the angle. He's going to go down.
Are you kidding me?
It's over for you, my friend. And just like that, it's 5-1 to the GE Tigers.
It is looking pretty one-sided so far.
I'm just really surprised at C9. The desperation is such a huge factor right now.
I think that's a perfect word for it right now. I think it certainly is just desperation.
I mean, this game is just a slaughter.
The GE Tigers are going to pick up the first game of the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship.
Oh, it's GE Tigers. What a statement for their first game, huh?
Hai is extremely emotional. He takes losses extremely hard. This tournament is double elimination, so we have one more chance.
Let's not make another Unicorns of Love. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you guys want to get complacent, just think Unicorns of Love. Yeah, just think Unicorns of Love.
I would retire. I would really retire.
CJ Entis versus TSM, and the winner moves on to tomorrow.
As far as the Korean teams at this tournament, obviously GE the big favorite, but CJ is a beatable team, so I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for TSM to take this one.
Turtle will destroy him, and that did not go to plan for CJ Entis. And they're going to go for the fight. Base will be caught completely out of position. That's 2 kills for TSM, and if they play this right, maybe they can finish.
I think they might be able to. Guys, at 29 minutes, can you believe it? Team Solomon takes down CJ Entis. They're moving on. GG. Wow.
You guys have been doing very well in North America, coming in as that first seed and also beating a Korean team. Is this TSM in your prime?
We're slowly getting rid of international fear of not performing on stage. We're trying to learn faster, and there's a lot of things we still need to learn.
Monty said it was in the realm of possibility that we beat it.
I tweeted, does anybody believe that TSM can win tomorrow?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Very few people actually answered yes. Now I think a lot of people believe.
At the Expo, we're really highlighting these other parts of esports that are coming back up. Tons of stuff going on, like StarCraft 2.
This is going to be over. The last Marauder has been picked off, and Young is going to lose map number.
Hearthstone is really picking up this year. Female FPS is coming back. So I think it's something to really pay attention to, how these things are going to all come together in future conventions, and maybe have their own main stage at future events. It kind of reminds us that, in the end, we're all in the same group.
best team in Southeast Asia.
All right, guys, it is our first elimination match here at the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship. Cloud9, Yoey Flash Wolves. One of these guys is moving on to tomorrow. One is going home.
You got this, guys. Do it for yourself. Take that respect back.
The one thing I do want to see from Cloud9 is whether or not they can adapt from their game earlier today. As a team, they were down on themselves. They didn't really have a lot of faith in a victory.
Is this going to be first blood? He doesn't have a lot of help up. They really want it. Cloud9, will they get this first blood? They will. No, they won't. They won't. Oh! Medios, he's so low now. This is dangerous. They have to back off. What a colossal mistake by Cloud9. I can't believe they didn't get that.
Big loss really affects your mentality. Kind of lose confidence.
This is not going well for Cloud9. Only Medios remaining. This could easily be an ace.
Yoey Flash Wolves stepping up, digging deep. Cloud9 is simply not in it here in Katowice.
I honestly thought Cloud9 would be one of the contenders for the semis. It's just really sad seeing them go out like that.
Part of the game. Losses happen. How you deal with it to keep your team on point still is a big part of what I do. So, time to pick up the pieces.
This IM makes no sense. We beat a Korean team. C9 went full choke this tournament. It makes no sense to me. Maybe it's the jet lag. I'm just going to blame it all on jet lag. All I really care about is winning for my teammates and then not being belittled by other regions.
TSM's done a great job of catching all of Yoey's misplays.
That is TSM taking down 4 men. They're going to push through this one to move on to the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship Final.
I think TSM is good team. So maybe final match is TSM versus G Tigers.
GE Tigers for sure. 100% GE Tigers.
Praying a little bit of trouble. Knockup's coming in. That's a double kill now for Mystic. GE on the run. GE just getting destroyed in another team fight. GE Tigers probably going to take the gloves off now, play it a bit more serious. What do you see happening?
Well, still, there's a chance of a freak accident. It can't be understated. Did GE Tigers lose this game? This is undoubtedly the biggest upset in League of Legends history.
There's a catch on to Smet. Meanwhile, Spear comes in. There's knockup on the fray. GE trying to turn this one around. Things are not going well for GE Tigers. And that is an ace. WE is poised to win this match and go to the grand finals against TSM.
The world's best team is beaten by China's worst
I can't believe it. It is over. There it is.
Whoa! What an incredible result. And this tournament has just been chock full of surprises, of these upsets. And that's it. The best of 3. The first time that we have seen the GE Tigers lose a best of series. WE comes in here and takes out an undefeated Korean team. Absolutely incredible.
Well, I think that the GE Tigers got a bit.
I'm sorry you lost. I hope you liked it. You know, every time as an organizer, you want to have a little bit of good luck to make sure that the final is good and exciting, and I couldn't have asked for more, really.
She wants to put a trapdoor in both of the player booths, and the loser gets to fall down the trapdoor. How do you think about that?
Please welcome CJ Hero! Yeah.
No way, just. Yeah, it's mine. Yeah, hey.
Mihal's qualities are many, but I think the biggest ones for me are that he identifies people's talents. He seems to sense what people are good at and how to get the best out of them. He has an uncanny ability to make people feel good, to make them feel special.
Without you guys here, without the people online, this hall is an empty shell with some lights in it. And it is you who made it a dream for every professional gamer in the world to come here and play. So thank you.
We all know our time as a professional League of Legends player isn't forever. Either through us not being as good at the game anymore, or just the game dying out. But even if this game dies, esports is not going away.
I do think about the ending a lot, but I really just want to live in the present. I don't know where esports is going to go.
League has meant pretty much everything to me. It took me from getting bullied in school and just generally having a pretty bad life to really giving me a purpose and giving me motivation.
The stigma of being a gamer has completely changed. Esports is going to stay, and it's going to evolve.
We've had a fantastic Season 9, incredible scenes, but right now, it's the grand final! First up, hunting down the undefeated GE Tigers to get to this stage. Team WE! Coming from North America, they're trying to prove to the world that times surely have changed.
We're about to get into the big final here.
Wow.
Well, you see WE, they're playing super aggressive here, and that's a double kill for Shia, and TSM losing another 2 for 1.
We just need to be careful.
Can we fight here? Turtle?
I'm walking down.
And they're going in. Oh, Spirit will dive to the back. Looks boy actually incredibly low. A little bit wishy-washy there from TSM, caught out of position.
There's almost nothing they can do at this stage, honestly. Maybe they can come back, but it's gonna be real hard.
If you realize that there's nothing you can do to come back and win, at that point, you basically just accept defeat and try to focus on why you've lost.
Even when you're at a pro level, you're never perfect. No player is perfect.
You have to try to stay positive because it's really hard to just turn around and start winning again.
Yeah, we have to defend through it.
Yeah. Oh, we can.
I think we can though.
I'm coming.
Can we fight? I'm here. Alright,
I got it.
WE trying to rally and back away from this one.
Fight on close to target. Spirit.
You guys got this.
Yeah, nice.
4 for 1 for TSM. And suddenly they win the fight.
Just do your best. Never give up. Don't tell me the game's over, Left Boy. The game's never over. Look at this.
Houston will dive into the middle, and again it's a messy one with Dyrus getting the first kill, putting him now onto a killing spree.
I can get going.
TSM are going to chase, and Dyrus will fall. Lookboy's going to go down. Houston though, he's still alive to get himself the number.
I got it.
It's a triple kill. It's going to be an ace for Team Solo Mid. Will they be able to end right here? It's a question they have. The Super Minions are bearing. They got the pressure. Here we go. The Nexus story
said and done, TSM made our region look great. Even though I was sad that my team lost, I felt really good still about North America as a whole. No one is going to take North America for granted anymore.
The biggest joy in the world is making other people happy. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
All of my former teams, they've moved on to other things. I was the only guy to stay and follow this passion, follow this hobby. It's extremely heartwarming for me to see where I came out of and to see that the guys back from the hood are proud of me. It was great. Basti. Hi. Thank you, Basti. That was Katowice. All right. I'm in my hometown. I'm actually going to a place where I started being a super total nerd. This used to be the kitchen. And this is like a second room for the internet cafe. Yeah, it's just a great time of my life. I wish I could go back. Last one. Turns out it's locked up. Some office in the place of the last internet cafe that I frequented a lot to practice and play and organize a couple of tournaments here as well. Back in 2005, I want to say. Now it's closed and now it's gone, like all the others. Katowice is already in the past. Sitting down and admiring how awesome it was gives you nothing because the rest of the world isn't sleeping. So we rest a week and we go again. Screw this. Jacek?
No cześć.
No tu, ja go poznałem. Cześć. Tak, to proprietor. To już kafejki nie masz?
Nie.
A od kiedy?
Od grudnia.
Od grudnia.
Nie było sensu tego trzymać.
No już nikt nie przychodził grać, bo każdy ma internet w domu.
Nie ten czas, wiesz.
Wiesz co? Ja teraz od kilku lat jeżdżę po świecie, organizuję turniej gier komputerowych.
Fajnie.
No
dobra, lecę.
Trzymaj się, na razie.
No tak.
And tell my daughter about it, and it's going to be normal for her that she watches people play video games for a living. You know, they sign autographs and stuff. And, you know, I was one of the guys that saw it grow and hopefully had a hand in having it grow to where it is right now. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's a beautiful time to see something.
Hello, I'm Hi. This is... What's your name? He's the new mid-laner for Cloud9 since I'm retired now.
Yeah.